This is number 4, workout number 4. First and foremost, you're going to roll your groin out. Right, so I'm just going to get the roll out. Just going to roll your groin out. So now you watch the other videos, right? So I'm just not going to be too sort of into it. We're just going to try and get you. No, so I'm just doing the other leg for the other video, right? Just trying to lift and squeeze into that glute as we're just trying to extend your groin, just getting into the top of that groin there. And then we can also just target a little bit lower down, sort of mid quad, and then just roll, mid thigh, I suppose. No, don't say quad, mid thigh, and then we'll squeeze in, just getting stuck into that groin. All right. After that, we're into the top of your quads and the outside of your quads again. Right, so you can see how these things are starting to add up. So from the outside of the quad, the lateralis, the bigger quad muscle, and just get stuck into it. Just following from the bottom, getting my weight off, getting my weight in and down. Just working into the quad. Right, if it's particularly sore at one point and where it just won't give, you can just get onto that bit. Just take your knee to flexion. Just pull the knot out, right? It's quite sore doing that. As you probably know, I've done it before. Alright, so we're going to roll your pecs out. So just got that angle onto the roller. Getting stuck into the pec. You can get more of your weight in, right? You can just get your bum up in the air and just get more weight down and just work into your pec. Right, so the other video I told you get your hip down and just use your arm, but here we're using more weight, just pushing down. Right, so slightly different technique. Same thing, right, we're trying to get into the back. Alright, boom, mid traps. Just onto your back again, elbows together like the first video. We're just going to roll from the top, well, the base of your neck there, to the bottom of your shoulder blades. Just work between this, so there's a rubber floor. Yes. Okay, so you're going to do those. Just pause it. Alright, so after that, we're back. Hollow bodies, right, we did the other day on your Zoom. We're just going to lie down. First and foremost, we'll just start with your knee a little bit more bent. And we're just going to lift off, just tensing into your abs here, right? And then we'll get your arms in, elbows nice and high. And we'll just look to extend a little bit where you can keep that squeeze into the abs. So just working that engagement, try to feel that engagement. And then long run, we're trying to go into like a banana. We'll just do a few sets of that like we did the other day, just a bit of warming up into your abs, right? Obviously it's exercise as well to tiring. All right, not too long holds on that, just because of your blood pressure. So just more like full engagement holds, where you're not over tensing, just feeling the full engagement. And then we'll just do more sets, right? So just more sets, so you're not overstraining, but you're still getting volume out. Okie dokie, after that, you're gonna get your big blue hip band. I keep forgetting what colour it is, I think it's blue. Alright, so we just round the knees with it, please. Alright, so band around the knees. We're just going to lie back, get that pre-tuck on your hips. So well, that's the reason we did the ab thing first, right? So we're going to use that now. Drive against the band, and just tuck and squeeze the glutes. Hold that for 3. We'll come down steady for 5. Re-establish that tuck. Not that you should have lost it, right? We should try and keep it. And then squeeze. And we're always trying to not raise up too high. We don't want to feel it into the back. We want to feel the load into the glutes. You're driving the knees wide, so feeling in the outside of the hip and the main sort of extending bit of the hip, right? Glute max, glute minor, right? So, you know what to do. Done it plenty of times. Alrighty. After that, D-band. And we're into dumbbell good morning. So this is just for your lower back, good lower back warm up. So we're just gonna, well, you've got the handles, right? So we can either pull in like this. The important thing is we've got that engagement between your shoulder blades. So we're pulling the dumbbell towards you. I think yours is probably like this, right? Where you've got the handles. We're just pulling, and just we're pulling, right? So we're pulling, knees locked out at first. And then I'm just gonna hinge back, just when I'm feeling that pull. Oh my lord, I'm stiff today. That lower back engagement the whole time, right? So we're just hinging to where you can keep that lower back engagement. Yes, you're feeling a pull into the hamstrings, but we're focusing on engaging into the lower back. Right, so we'll do a few reps like that, hopefully it'll start to ease. And then, so we're locking out, we're being honest with ourselves about where we're at. And then after that, we can let the knees bend and try and go a bit further. Just focusing on good lower back engagement again. All right, after that, don't worry so much about the stretching. It's what we did the other day, right? We're just keeping that nice straight back. That's why we get the activation. We're just leaning in from the pivot and just raising up again. Trying to keep a nice straight back the whole time. So from the side, my back's nice and straight here. Just leaning in and then sitting nice and tall. All right. Dumbbell good mornings. Okie dokie. After that, you're going to make one of your dumbbells really heavy. So just get all the heavy ones and put it on the dumbbell. All right. So probably pause it now. I'll just rest for a second. Okay. So you've got your heavy dumbbell. You've done your good mornings, done your bridges. We're just going to start off just gently again, just warming up the groin, right? So you can see maybe a few of these warm up or these workouts, trying to open up your groin. That's for your glute function, so your knee's supported well, right? So the reason you sort of hurt your knee in the first place is probably this kind of action, right? So we're trying to stop that good glute function, right? By loosening off your groin that pulls your knee in. Alrighty? Tangent there. Okay, so we're just stretching out that groin again. Remember, we're building that up. You don't want to overstretch that, so it can be quite sore. So we're just going nice and gently, just building, well, just building into the side lunge archetype. Alright, so once that's nice and loose, this next phase is just pure cardio now of just swinging, where we're just going to stand nice and wide. You've got your one heavy dumbbell, and we're just going to swing and lift, right? We've done this plenty of times, and all we're focusing on here is just getting your hip back and then tucking at the top, not extending, well, in the lumbar spine, right? So we're just coming back, tucking. So I'm just getting that breath in, that core pressure, and as I'm coming back, I'm focusing on that external rotation on my knees, and that tuck at the top, feeling that stretch into the psoas as I'm tucking here, hopefully feeling a bit of a stretch because of the wide stance, all right? So you're going to do about 10 swings, all right? 10 swings, then you're going to rest for the rest of the minute, right? And then on that minute mark again, you're going to swing again. Right, so this is sort of low-level cardio, so it's going to be quite tough. You should be sweating from this. So we're going to do 10 swings, rest for the rest of the minute, and then every minute you're going to do 10 more swings. All right, so just for about 8 to 12 sets, so 12 minutes basically of just 10 swings, boom, rest. Right, and if it gets too hard in terms of sort of breathing heavy, just increase the rest time. Because you're not trying to go like really crazy sort of lactic acid producing here, you're trying to stay alactic. So we're just trying to go boom, 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 spike your heart rate up a bit, and then it's going to drop back down, not sort of resting level, but sort of aerobic threshold level. And then we're going to spike up above there, bring it back down so that recovery in between is where your heart rate's going to drop back down. And then we're just being nice and powerful again, and then slow down again, all right? So just 8 to 12 sets of that, so 12 minutes of work. So 120 swings, basically, if you're going to do that. All right? You'll be quite tired after that. That's just great cardio. It's bloody good cardio as well, and it just gets you a little stronger as well. So muscle mass plus cardio plus calorie burning. All right? After that, you're just going to stretch. And use the cabinet. I was just trying to be nice and we're just going to figure four, right? Where your one foot's going to be against the cabinet and just trying to drive that tailbone into the floor. So this foot's one on the cabinet, right? The extended leg. You know what I do, we figure forward plenty of times. Just driving your tailbone into the ground, trying to get that stretch into your hip. Alrighty, after that you've got your hamstring. So we can stand up for that. Just hinge back here and then twist. So lead leg, sit back, feel that hamstring stretch already, and then twist off towards that, so feeling the stretch go towards the outside of your hammy. Alright, and it's that canoeing motion. So we're just in there, sitting back, weight into this leg or the heel. Sitting back, straight, feeling the pull straight, and then training off to the side. Alright, so we're just going to do that nice and steady. I was just being a bit excited then. Alright, after that we're going to go onto the floor with your dumbbells into that crucifix position where we're going to straight leg it across. Alright? Across, right? We can just do some longer holds here, maybe a few seconds. And then we'll just keep this nice and relaxed, because obviously we'll be quite tired. We're just trying to get that stretch into the lower back and the outside of the hip there as well. Okay? So just do that sort of 20 times, right? So sort of 10 times each side. You'll be quite tired after that, right? But that was a great work, right? If you're seeing this part of the video, you've smashed that out, all right? So well done, Alan. And I'll see you in the next videos. Cheers.